Hi, friends. So, for those of you that know or don't know, I do intuitive work. Um, I I don't even know how to put it into words because it's been like this forever, but messages or insights, or just have an intuitive connection to the energies of the world. So, what I've been getting, the message I've been getting, what they've been showing me is that some people are not quite ready to let go of the things that no longer work. So, what this coronavirus has shown us is it's revealing a lot of holes in the system, is the way like the message keeps coming through. And what I mean by holes in the system is this the first time Americans have been asked to stay home if they don't feel well? Is this the first time Americans have been asked to prioritize their health and their family's health over work or money or anything else? Like, is this the first? So that's a major hole that we're seeing, that we're coming to light with, that we're being confronted with healing. Um, Another one that I keep mentioning because physical health is so important to me. We are energetic beings, but we have a physical reality. So you have to participate in your physical reality. Action is what brings energy into the physical. And so this is revealing the fact that most American lifestyle, the standard American diet, also isn't conducive to a healthy immune system, which to me is like such a huge flaw in the system, in our system of life, in our system of culture. The other thing is this reveals that the healthcare industry isn't equipped to deal with something like a flu, or flu that can turn into a viral pneumonia. So so many holes in the system being revealed, and what this period of discomfort is showing us is where we can grow. But what that means is purging. What I've been telling my women's meditation group and friends for probably a few weeks now is that we're going into the Great Purge, and that's what we're in now. So we're purging anything that no longer serves us. But what I'm feeling, to go back to the beginning, is so many people are not ready to let go. So many people are not ready to release these things that no longer serve them, the behaviors, the patterns, the secular thinking, the filter that they have their life on. For example, the easiest one will be victim mentality. So, victim mentality is the belief that these things are happening to you. Oh my God, they're happening to me. And how can I do this? How can this happen to me? How can it? No. So we're all going through this together. This isn't happening to you. This is a moment for you to live through. And as I wrote in my most recent post, the intuitive message for you is, this is a challenge from the universe to see if you will answer the call, asking your best version to step forward. This is a challenge for the best version of you that you have inside you to be called forward. And so, are you ready to answer the call? And what I'm seeing is a lot of people are fucking not. And I think it's because we have these beliefs and blocks of unworthiness that are keeping us from going there. So if you don't believe that you're worthy of having a healthy body, of being at a healthy weight, of having true connections with people, of having access to financial abundance in a job that you actually love, a career that's purposeful, like if you don't feel worthy of the best version of yourself or the best version of your life, you're never going to want to get there. And so this great purge is going to feel far more like a battle. It's going to be like, and you're just like, you feel the sand ripping out from under your hands, and yet you're just, And so my first post about this was to be seaweed through this. And so if you watch seaweed, it just kind of flows with the water. And if you think for a second that seaweed, a little strip of seaweed or like a little leaf of kelp, will actually fight the unavoidable and untamable forces of the ocean, if you think it would still thrive the way it does, like giant kelp grows 2 feet a day. Do you realize that? 2 feet a day, always reaching towards the light. And so that's how we need to be, is we need to be seaweed through this and go with the flow. Just, you're seaweed. You're just responding. You're just allowing, because this time will pass. So the less resistance you have and the less clean that you have, it's going to be far easier for you. So, that's the thing, is like, if you're not ready to let go, that's where your work starts. If you're not ready to let go of these patterns and these habits and these beliefs and these identities that no longer serve you or are not aligned with the highest version of yourself, that's your first step. Your first step is to try to realize and uncover those parts. The real question, if that's your starting point, if you don't want to let go of the job that you hate but is secure, but now it's no longer secure because you don't have it. If you don't want to let go of these sabotaging habits with intimate relationships, if you don't want to let go of the patterns that have led to a declining health, if you don't want to let go of these things, even though you know you want a healthy body, if you want ultimate health, if you want healthy relationships, if you want these things, but these things that you're clinging on to that are the block between you and that best version of that, um, the first question is, what's the benefit I'm getting out of staying in these sabotaging behaviors, for a blanket term? Um, we get a benefit of everything we do. So there's some sort of benefit you're getting out of sabotaging, um, even if it seems counterproductive. So even if usually it's to keep us safe from like a risk of failure or a risk of rejection or whatever. So if you don't want to step forward into this ideal body because you'll still be rejected, or you don't want to step into whatever because you feel like you won't be safe there, even though it's what you ultimately want. If you keep putting up with shitty people in terms of like intimate relationships because you don't know how to be a healthy partner, like the sabotaging or the lower vibrational behaviors are serving you in some way. And so that's your first step. That's everybody's first step, is if you're stuck somewhere, you need to find out what benefit you're getting from that self-sabotaging or lower vibrational behavior. Because if you don't know why, it's going to be very difficult to move forward. Understanding is like, my mentor always says, like, awareness is power. So if you don't have the awareness of why you're doing something and you're just trying to change the behavior, like, that's super hard. You're fighting against smoke. If you don't know why. If you don't know why you keep eating a gallon of Nutella like I used to, and hiding from the snack shop people on my university campus and getting snacks on and off all day, thinking they didn't know that I was eating Oreos and Nutella all day, even though I was 220 pounds. Like, if you don't know why you're doing those things, how can you stop it? You're just going to try to cold turkey it? Like, no, because then it's just going to come out sideways, or it's going to come out in another behavior, or you're just going to sabotage any progress you've made and go back to I'm undeserving, I'm unworthy, I can't do it, when in actuality you never took the time to find the root cause. It's like you're trying to cut the weed off at the top, and not pulling the roots out. So of course it's going to grow back. So the question why is maybe the most important thing you can do. So you need to ask yourself why do I not want to let go of certain identities and beliefs about myself? Like, how are they serving me? How are they keeping me in the same place? What senses of safety or security am I getting by staying in this? Like, and can I see myself? Can I see myself as this best version of myself? Can I see myself getting there even if I don't know the steps? So this is the biggest thing. If you don't believe you can have something, you won't get it. And not because you're not worthy, not because you're not deserving, not because it's impossible, but because you've already put the mental block there. So I forget who, I think it was, there's just that famous quote where it's like, if you believe you can, if you think you can, and if you think you can't, you can't. It's the same way. Like, our mind is that powerful. So if you don't believe that you can even get to that end point, even if you don't have to know the steps, you don't have to know the how, because that usually reveals itself. We're on a journey, so we usually can only see 1 to 2 steps ahead. So the how is less of an important thing because that always comes. But if you can't see yourself getting to the end of that journey, if you can't see that ultimate, that final destination, it's going to be very difficult to get there. Mostly because you don't believe you can. So the energy and the intention you're putting behind your actions is minimum. You're giving 10% when you would be giving 100. Like, if you knew you were guaranteed success, why would you not do it? So if you believe that you can't be successful, of course you're not going to put the same amount of energy and effort into it. So um, that's what I want to bring to the forefront today, is that we are in a great purge, so to speak, as like a collective purge, systematic purge. The earth is purging what she no longer needs, also revealing to us like patterns that haven't served her. And so now's the time. Like, if there's things you're clinging onto, like, you have the time to think about it. You have the time to do this sloughing work, this shedding. And so if there's things, identities, belief systems you're not ready to let go of, you ask yourself why, and like, what benefit am I getting from this? How is this serving me? So start there. Question one, or question whatever. But yeah. And it's okay if you're not ready. Like, and there's some things we circle back to. Some layers are easier to take off than others. Um, there's certain identities and belief systems we have that are more like, it's like you're an onion, so like the outer layers are kind of easier, and once you start getting to the root of the things, it gets a little bit more uncomfortable. So take your time. It's not like there's a rush, but my thing is the energy, the collective energy, the energy of the situation we are presented with right now is the perfect breeding ground for this type of work. And so if you want to take advantage of the energy we have at hand and also do this purging yourself, there probably won't be a better time in the near future. This is the time for those that are ready to step in. So be well, my friends. I'm available. I have a couple of spots for clients that are open to doing this work, and enjoy. I will see you soon.